So I'm going to jump ahead to what we were creating next here in the Rubicon. So everybody, I'd like you to meet somebody who, has been my spiritual advisor, my friend for over 25 years. He's the founder and spiritual director of the Agape International Spiritual Center, but is known worldwide, has spoken around the world as one of the leaders in New Thought, Ancient Wisdom. He's just an extraordinary guy. And one of the things that he is well known for around the world, there are companies and individuals who does his life visioning process. And as we started to get into a vision, starting to get into what we're creating here in terms of what is your purpose in life, I asked him just to come on with us for 10 or 15 minutes, just to set it up, like set the stage for what we're about to get into on this call. And I appreciate, I know you're in the middle of working with people at the house and all of that, Rev. So thank you for being willing to do that. Also, some of you are going to recognize Michael Beckwith from The Secret, if that's one of the things that you've watched as a movie or read as a book, but you've seen him on Oprah and Super Soul Sunday and Oprah Show and all of that stuff. So I could go on and on about you, Rev, but maybe you could just share with people a little bit as they're setting the stage for what they're going to do over the next 6 months. What we're creating right now is over the next 2 weeks, working on visioning and really getting clear on their purpose. So anything you can share about that would be extraordinary.
Well, absolutely. It's my joy to be with you, Brother Pat. And obviously in the next 6 months, you're not just creating a lifestyle, you're creating a way of living. You're going to, in 6 months, you're going to change their brain waves. You're going to change their priorities. So everyone has a great destiny. And oftentimes people have a tendency to think that their destiny is determined by the circumstances and situations and heredity and people and places and things. But your destiny unfolds when you have the inner condition that's proper. And so what you are assisting these individuals in doing is basically creating the proper vibrational condition for their destiny to unfold. A lot of times people think that karma, they have a karma or some past misdeeds can thwart their destiny. But the only thing that kind of energy can do is set up a starting point for you, because your destiny is determined by your character. Your character is determined by your attitude. So attitude creates character, character creates destiny. So as you're working with these individuals in defining their purpose, their mission, their passion, and then ultimately are able to articulate a vision for their life. And the mention of that vision, of course, is constantly growing, constantly unfolding to become the next great vision version of yourself. Then the universal presence through universal law then acts on your behalf because you're in tune with your own unfolding. There are many people who are just trying to survive in the world, but they're trying to survive without any pull of any vision. Now, the thing I've taught over the years is that your pain pushes you until your vision pulls you. So many people are being pushed by pain until they can articulate a vision big enough and have the passion wrapped around it strong enough that they're literally pulled by their vision. They're pulled into a clarity of insight and intuition, right action. You can even say that the grace notes of the universe fall on you because you're absolutely available. So what I want people to understand, it doesn't matter where you're starting from in life. If you can articulate a vision that you get intuitively via the life visioning process, if you can articulate the vision and then take baby steps every single day and walk in that direction, a momentum will take over inertia, and then you'll be pulled. So you have a 6-month program here that's going to absolutely create a level of momentum. It's going to create, you're going to go beyond lifestyle. You're going to go into a way of living so that at the end of this, people will be living a certain way that'll be just as natural as you waking up in the morning and taking a shower and brushing your teeth. You'll have certain habits. And every individual is basically the same. The only thing that separates us is our habits. And so when you begin to develop certain habits that you're coaching them into, then you start to no longer hold hands with mediocrity. You start to hold hands with excellence. And then nothing can stop you because you're in league with the progressive, friendly universe that allows for the best version of yourself to keep showing up over and over and over again. So, and you've known me for 25 years. I mean, I've been a founder of Agape 35 years. I've been teaching this for 40 years. And I have seen not one person that when they actually are sincere in putting these principles, and they're principles and not opinions, putting these principles to practice, their life changes for the better. And we're talking principles, Pat. I mean, there's a principle of aerodynamics. If you're not in alignment with it, your plane's not going to fly. There are the principles of buoyancy. If your boat is not in alignment with that natural law of buoyancy, it's not going to float. And there are mental laws and principles that you've begun to teach that when these individuals become in alignment with them, it's not luck. It's not magical thinking. It's not special people. It's people who have specialized in utilizing these principles in such a way that their life takes on the shape of excellence. So then we understand what luck means. Luck means living under correct or cosmic knowledge. And this is what you're giving. You're bringing this to them. This Rubicon vibration is going to lift so many people, and then they're going to discover that they affect the people in their own environment. Everybody becomes better when you become better, you see. So
great. Brilliant, Rev. Thank you. It's like you put more knowledge in 10 minutes than most people can gather in a year. So just such great words of wisdom. And the Rev is with us for a limited time, but is there one or two questions people have just in terms of what you just heard in what he said, or a question that you have? And then he has to leave in a few minutes here, but anybody have? People are playing shy now, so I can't tell who's got their hands up for this.
I'll say something.
Yeah, please. And then I want to hear from Nikki too, because Nikki's a big fan of Michael Beckwith's already.
I didn't have a question, but I wanted to thank you for shining light on the distinction between opinion and principle.
Yes.
Once we accept a principle, that is a law of the universe. We get to flow with that instead of fighting against our own opinion of what is and what isn't. So that opened up a lot for me, Rev. Thank you. And great to see you again.
Great to see you. And what we learn how to do is we learn to bracket our opinions so that when we're practicing the principles and doing the homework and we bracket the opinion. So you can pick your opinion up if you want, but you just put it to the side and you do the work. And then you discover that the great goodies that we're seeking to manifest, they're outside of our present paradigm. They're outside of even our opinions, you see? And then we just keep expanding our awareness. Life becomes an adventure, just a journey of what the world would say is impossible. We become the pioneers of the possible, you see? And this is what this journey is all about.
Great. One more question. I wanted Nikki, Rev. Nikki is internationally known as a Kirtan teacher. She does spiritual chanting and has done it for people throughout the U.S. and Britain, and just she's a gift to us. But I know the first conversation I ever had with her was she brought up something about you and the secret and all that. Are you still with us, Rev? I know pictures are.
I'm here.
Okay, there you are. So Nikki, do you have a question?
Well, I just want to say, bless you, Michael. What an amazing synchro destiny that you're here. I mean, if this is the beginning of this Mastery Rubicon, I can feel the plane taking off already. I mean, just the minute you started speaking, the vibration went up and the plane started going up. So, I mean, just super honored that you've come. Bless you. And I guess if I had a question, in every spiritual tradition, every way of every spiritual route talks about the power of the word, the power of declaration. Would you just have a golden nugget about that from your experience about our speaking?
Absolutely. One of the first things we learn how to do is we learn how to have dominion over our conversations and what comes out of our mouth, because what comes out of the mouth, as scripture will remind us, will either be a blessing or a curse. So if there's a constant complaint, constant gossip, constant negativity, then that is the preview of your own experience. So what happens is as you begin to have dominion over what comes out of your mouth. And what comes out of your mouth is encouragement, inspiration, possibility, or you're quiet, then words become the word. You're no longer in the vibration of just saying empty calorie words, but you speak the word, and that is what we call the cellular logos. It has the power to manifest itself. You see, many people are involved just habitually in low-level conversations, just like meaningless talk with people. Small talk is sometimes what it's called, you know. But when you begin to govern your energy and speak when you have something meaningful to say, otherwise listen, that's how you learn. When you do speak, there's a lot of power behind it, you see. And then you can declare and decree. You can actually wake up every single day and say, in substance, I declare and I decree that this is the best day of my life, that all of my needs are met, that everything is working together for my good. And since you know in the kirtan, by what you do, frequency and vibration is very important. And so when you begin to move yourself into that kind of enthusiastic dynamic, you're shifting your whole vibratory frequency. And then the universal law matches your frequency and your feeling tone more than the empty words that are coming out of your mouth, you see. And this is what we get to exercise. So if you're on a 6-month program, just imagine if you take what Pat is doing and actually practice it sincerely, your vibration is going to change, the frequency is going to go up, and then the law is going to recognize you by that frequency. So what we're doing in this class, we're changing our vibrational address. Where you may used to have lived in a different vibration that was very normal, you learn to eke out a level of happiness at that vibration, you're going to shift the whole vibration. And then your address changes. The lower vibration can't find you because you moved. And then the wisdom and the guidance and the discernment and the direction flows through you in a language and in a way that you can understand. That's law. It's not human luck. That's law. That's principle. That's the way it is.
And so it is, Rev. Thank you so
Hallelujah.
much.
Hallelujah. Thank you so much.
Made
God
our
bless
day.
you.
Thank you. Back to your work, but I love
Beautiful.
you and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.